Oh no!
No!
Hey!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another reaction right here on Dedicated to Art to the Schmoedown. Round 2 of the team tournament is underway, and I'm joined by I'm Kees Cornelissen, joined by Chris and Nico as usual. Again, Irina is here. Get ready to see her more in the next couple of weeks, because these two won't be on. So
and he can be alone.
And I can be alone. So we'll figure something out for that. But yeah, today we have Time Machine versus the Loony Bin, a match that'll I don't really know what to think about this match because these are two great teams, and I think we have some different opinions on this panel. Because Nico, who are you obviously rooting for in this one?
Obviously, the Time Machine. Come on, it's Janine and Ethan. Janine's my girl. If you're with Janine, I'm gonna root for you too. So. Yeah, although I will say I am a fan and aficionado of the Loony Bin. I'm sure the late great Emma McAllister would also has also appreciated their work. But it's Janine. I gotta root for Janine. It's like you with action. I can't help but root for them. So yeah, Time Machine all the way here.
Yeah, but Chris, you have a little different opinion, I think.
I do actually. Okay, so Time Machine are a great team. Janine has really stepped up her game in the last year and a half. She's really proven that she not only belongs in the league, but she has some serious title contention in her future, both in singles and teams. And Ethan, obviously being a former champ, the dude knows his stuff. And yet, just because I'm really starting to fall for the Loony Bin as a team, and like if I said once, I'll say it again. I just might be in love with the character of Video Drew, okay? Fight me. But I'm liking where these guys are going, and I actually think they have what it takes to pull it off. This is going to be another high scoring match. This could be like a 1-2 point difference. But I think just somehow with Tom's just insurmountable knowledge, they're going to find a way to pull this off.
Yeah, it's truly insane how Tom is just, he comes in, he hardly says a thing, but what he says are correct answers, and that's all he does. And at the end of the match, he can win, and then it's a little crazy, it's a little scary, it's crazy, but it seems to work. And Video Drew is good enough to back him up in that regard, I feel. What do you think about this match?
I'm not yet emotionally invested in the Loony Bin. I really like the team, but I don't know. There's no connection in my mind with them right now, so I'll be rooting for Time Machine. But the Loony Bin is definitely very entertaining, and I'm still intrigued by them. I'm not yet there.
No, that's fair. For me, I actually think Chris, what you just said is wrong. Time Machine isn't a great team yet. They are very good individual players, but I think as a team, there are still signs that they're not as great that they haven't had the most amount of team chemistry and really the working togethers of what a team should be. And I think that the Loony Bin is way better in that regard, at least so far. Because they seem to know each other very well, and they seem despite the banter that they put up during the match, they really hash it out well when they are discussing answers. So in that regard, I think that while Time Machine has more knowledge, probably Loony Bin is a better team. However, Loony Bin is still new to the game, and that will probably also hurt them a little because it has hurt them, and it might hurt them again. I don't know, of course, but it's very difficult to even call this match. I personally have Time Machine winning it based on their experience and their knowledge, but it could go either way. I just hope for a great high-scoring match. So we're just going to press play on this thing in 3, 2, 1, play.
Training session 5.48. The Loony Bin, commence. Tom, it's so nice to be back at home.
It is nice to be back in the building where I exist.
I feel so calm, relaxed, and not at all worried. Except... ... Our next match. We are playing against Time Machine, a new team. Do you know about Time Machine, Tom?
Will they let me use their time machine?
They have a machine. Do you know how scary machines are?
Is she a replicant?
Exactly. A time machine involves Janine, the machine.
I caught a bunch of spiders today.
Spiders are one thing, Tom. But machines, I've seen into the future. She is made by man, but she is smarter than man, which means that in 18 months' time, when her type takes over the universe, it's time for us to conclude our study and leave. We should definitely make sure to learn as much about Janine, the machine, as humanly possible.
I also caught rats.
Yes, sir, I know. Yes, it's kidding me. Anyway, I've got to go take a nap now. Goodbye, Tom.
They made Chris giggle.
I love this so much.
I don't know.
I don't know what's funny. This or your reaction to it.
It's very Alice in Wonderlandy, and I just love it.
You know what's going to be the best part of this match? Watching Janine and Ethan react to those two.
Round number 2, the quarterfinals of the teams tournament. And Mark, what a match we've got today.
Yeah, hey.
Alex J is going to be terrifying.
Paired up
Original
Ethan
too.
Irwin and Janine the Machine. When Jay Washington announced that this was going to be a team in New York in the season opener, people were loving the possibility of it. So it's really not a surprise that they're 2-0. They work very well together. They have great chemistry. They're very knowledgeable. When
Also,
you look to the other side of the table here,
When you go to the asylum.
when you go deep into the asylum and see the Loony
Time
Bin,
Machine,
both
yeah,
Drew
Time Machine
and
also
simply
faced Bennington too,
Tom,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They have
The
been
one sudden death.
something. They're capturing the hearts of the fans, and even you, who told me afterwards that was something else.
It's a very exhausting match to call when the Loony Bin is on the desk, but it is one of the more entertaining times that you will have announcing a movie trivia Schmoedown or enjoying it. And when you pair up the Loony Bin against a Time Machine, very different strategies and performance looks. But at the end of the day, Christian, what it all comes down to when you're a team is 2 items. You need chemistry and you need knowledge. It's like finding that perfect match of shoes at Ross Dress for Less. It's rare, but when you can land on it, you're going to walk away with a deal.
You know what? You have made some really silly analogies. For some reason, that is spot on.
I am literally going there later today to look at dress shoes.
It really is, because even with
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
conversation I had with Video Drew, which I couldn't make sense out of it, but I just knew that she was absolutely interested, wanting to participate.
Knows her stuff.
Then just brought in Tom.
No, before
Who the
we all
hell's that
forget,
guy?
I didn't know what was going to happen. This guy
Hashtag
is
do it for
on
him.
par with the knowledge of an Ethan Irwin, of a William Bibiani. This guy is scary, not just from the way he looks, the way that he actually, the stuff that he gets. He is a scary competitor, and I don't know what we're going to see from him today.
Yeah, I mean,
What was it that Teddy Roosevelt said? Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Tom.
Yep.
Maybe she built him in a
Tom
lab
speaks
in order to
softly, and his
steal
big
kidneys
stick
late
is
at night, but he
trivia
ended up knowing
knowledge.
a lot about movie trivia, so bonus.
All
Good save,
there's
Nico.
gonna be some
Good
talk,
save.
for sure, from Jay and Ethan and the Machine. I
Tried
don't know what
very
we're gonna
hard
do
to
with
not
it.
make
Here
that
we go.
dirty.
And your winner!
And what is
The
it that
Loony Bin
Hondo
is
says and drive a big
so
tank?
happy to be here today after winning against the self-righteous brothers.
Close reference.
Again,
She's
I
wearing
don't
a
know if
Wednesday
they're
Addams
communicating
dress.
with one another at all. I don't know if Tom has independent thoughts. Whatever is being transmitted into his brain, one way or another, it seems to be serving him well.
Video Drew knew the whole time that we would win with Tom. Tom?
Did I win Mark's spot?
Nope.
We've done all of the preparation for today.
Do you want to see a dead body?
Stand by.
This is the dead body that Simon from last week killed.
I'm legitimately worried about. When I say
We're not worthy,
legitimately
Chris?
worried about, I'm terrified.
Something to be said for Jay Washington, Christian Harloff, and Ethan Irwin. It is not fair to bring AI to the match. You cannot have a robot
Haley
replace you.
Joel Osment.
That was your brother once.
Time!
Irony.
I think that one would be wise to place a wager if you're in the betting mood on Time Machine, maybe getting a bell at the end of this.
I mean, look, we'll take whatever comes, but yeah, I'm with you.
We are not allowed to bring other kinds of information, especially ones like 00011, which is what I have to say to Janine. She knows what I think of her.
Do you want to see a dead body?
I guess we're to the point now where we're just letting any old kook from the asylum compete.
That's just like they found them off the street and was like, yo,
By the way,
I did you a trivia, and then they won
I have
the
a
match,
feeling that
and it was like,
any
you can
manager
stay, and it's
next year
terrifying.
will instantly want to draft Tom.
I mean, they probably don't want to deal with murder, though.
We're advanced forward, and it's only two things y'all can do about it, and that's nothing and deal with it.
Damn it.
We have a couple tricks up our sleeves for Time Machine, so they better watch out.
Video Drew reminds me of Sean
starring
Yap.
Guy Pearce.
Video
Do you
Drew
want to see a
reminds
dead body?
Great.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Little, yeah.
Okay, the fact that he asked, do you want to see a dead body 3 times tells me he may be running out of comedic material.
No, that's the joke.
Yeah. For this one, and he'll change it up with each one.
It's exactly what I thought would happen, Mark. You have Jay Washington, who is, tiptoeing around about,
God.
doesn't know really.
If Time Machine lose today,
what
I
they're
might
all
get
about, the
sad
Looney
Jay
Bin
again.
themselves. But they know that Tom is scary. They know. I don't.
Why
think
would
there's
you
a
want
question in the first
sad
round.
Jay?
No, is that a scary thing though for a team?
Happy
Because
Jay is
the
way
Time
more
Machine,
fun.
obviously
Getting
individually and as a
scared,
team,
Jay.
they've been.
Yeah, we are.
Looney
Fair
Bin
enough.
is so tough to game plan against because you don't know what's coming.
No, you really don't. I think that Tom now you are prepared for it, but Video Drew has been sneaky getting between 5 or 6 in the first round.
All right,
So this
Tom
is going
was
to be an all-out battle.
wasn't
I don't
Tom
know what's
perfect
gonna
in
happen.
this
You gotta
last
give
game?
the edge to the Time
Yeah.
Machine.
And the game before that, too, I think.
Competitors in both Ethan
No, the
and
game before he
Machine
missed one,
at this point.
at least in
Looney
round
Bin's
one.
Still learning the game, but I'm ready to
Well,
go.
perfect
At least
round
half
one, I
of us will
believe.
be professional
Tell the
here.
Yeah, but he
1.5
got
of
perfect
us will be
rounds
professional.
both
I'm ready to
times,
go, Christian.
but he
Say the
missed
thing.
the ninth point the first
You want
time.
to do it? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Tell
you
the
missed the
tape.
bonus question.
The Looney Bin is very good at horror movies, video game movies, and possibly digging up graves in the midnight hour. Time Machine, on the other hand, they're very good at romantic
Ninja
comedies.
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles 1 and Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of Vanilla Ice.
That was brilliantly said. Do you have anything else you would like to say? Or are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think I jumped the gun once, so I'm a little nervous to get into anything again because I asked you before I said I'm ready, and I asked you to say the thing, and it didn't work out. So I'm just going to be here silent, staring at the camera, and you say whatever you want.
That's all I had to do after this last 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
We're back. The Looney Bin already throwing us off our game.
Introducing first, with a record of 1 win, 1 defeat, they are Video Drew and Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, the Looney Bin. There we go. There's Video Drew.
Video Drew, all smiles. And there's Tom.
That's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
There's Tom. Not really.
wrong though. He feels like it feels like she's actually like
Okay.
a keeper or something.
It's like a mother-son relationship.
I don't know what it is. Hello, Video Drew.
You don't know? That's why
happy
we
to
love
be
it.
here. Thank you.
Welcome. This is a horror film.
Tom, how are you?
Do you want to see a dead body?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. No.
After the show, Tom,
No.
if we win.
All right.
Nobody wants to see it.
Later.
And their opponent led to the ring by their manager, the Urban Gladiator, Jay Washington, with a record of 2 wins, no defeats. Janine, the Machine, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Ethan Big Time Irwin. The
Nico, what movie is this from?
Time song.
There's Jay.
Which Back to the Future?
There's the Time
Which Back to the
Machine.
Future?
There's the Time Machine.
1, yes.
What a team this is. They really
So,
look like they've been competing
Chris is
together
not
for
fan
like
of
10
those.
years.
Look at that chemistry.
Yeah.
I've just learned to embrace
Stop-motion
it.
freeze frame high five.
Huh?
Any 80 sitcom.
I've just learned
that
to
was a
embrace
staple
it.
of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Jay Washington.
Speaking of 80 sitcoms, Jay Washington is here.
Thank you, and hope you all check out TGIF on ABC.
Very realistic.
That sitcom was canceled 2 years ago.
No one knows. I know.
This.
No one knows.
Don't ask me nothing. I don't want to see no dead bodies. I want you to have some color, not black. I mean, black is good. But can you put like red, blue, purple, or something on?
For the first time ever, Tom just did the unthinkable.
Yeah,
Jay Washington was at a loss for words.
Jay Washington.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Jay Washington is terrified.
All right, well.
I like this guy. I like both of them. They're third grade.
Okay.
Also, can I get another pen, please?
Yes.
Do you want to see a dead body?
I've seen them. I actually had it for work. Took a visit to the LA County morgue and watched several autopsies.
That's great, Ethan.
Did they let you
Janine,
take any home?
00112.
I think she thinks I'm really a machine.
Oh.
What's happening here?
It seemed like
I
on
expect
Twitter.
this from Jeopardy, not from the Schmoedown.
Well, we saw your exchange on Twitter. We know something about it. Drew understands. This is happening already. Mark.
This is what is so great about the movie Trivia Schmoedown. If you tuned in thinking you were just getting movie trivia answers, you might get to see a dead human at the end of this match. Let's move on to the rules of round number one.
Please.
In round number one, this is the team format.
that
However,
bad
round number
joke
one
is
is an
setting up
individual
for
knowledge
something.
exercise. 8 questions are asked to the field. Each
I
competitor will write down
guarantee you,
their
we're
best
going to
attempt
see
and answer on the
something
whiteboard in
resembling a
front of them.
dead
You
body
may not
in the
rely on your
post-match
teammates'
interviews.
knowledge in round number one.
Like he's just going to have it slung over his shoulder.
Will be added to your team's total. In round number one, we're going to ask the question. You have 15 seconds to answer that question. Once we address you by name, please reveal your answer.
Teams
to the
again.
camera at the same
And
time
we
you
learned
record
something
your
about
answer
Ethan Irwin
into the
today. He's
microphone.
apparently
Each
seen a dead
competitor
body.
will have 3 usages of the JTE rule. Excuse me, each team will have 3 usages of the JTE rule. You also each have one challenge to be used at any
just for
point
round
throughout
one.
the 3-round match. Questions in round number one are worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question.
I
There's
can't
steal
breathe.
in round numero uno.
All right, so we will
Me neither.
ask the time machine first. Are you guys ready?
Exterminate.
Always be closing.
Right.
Maybe Janine is a machine after all. Look at video Drew. That shocked her. That shocked video Drew.
Bravo. Bravo, Janine.
Video Drew unnerved.
Video Drew doesn't know.
Not sure what she's looking
If a
at.
Dalek worked at a
I'll
furniture
ask the
store,
I'll ask the Loony bin. Loony bin. are
would you
ready?
like
Yes.
a new
We're ready, and we
Ottoman?
would like to, as an ocean of favor, give some traits for everybody.
That is, she gave the machine WD-40.
WD-40.
Yeah, Jay Washington just looked that away thinking it might be poison. All right. Tom, are you ready?
You're in a desert and you see a turtle on its back.
Tom, later.
All right. Well,
That's
with
Blade
that, let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yeah,
everybody.
we're as ready as we're going to be.
All right. We'll start with this one. Fantasy sci-fi. Prince Caspian is the subtitle of the second installment of what franchise?
A couple different ways we can accept.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God Almighty.
Trying to beat the storm before 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
The
Chronicles of Narnia.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes. Video Drew.
Narnia Chronicles.
That's Narnia.
Oh, no,
Ethan.
no.
No,
Can't take that.
No, and Tom.
Chronicles of Narnia.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right.
Tom, a little surprised that Ethan didn't know the answer, so
sure.
it is 2-1, and we move on to your
Wait,
next
I thought
question. This is in the
Drew
category of
didn't-
famous actors and actors.
Ethan missed it.
Famous performers. They have
Yeah, but I
more
thought
money
Drew
than
didn't have it either.
Your question.
Narnia.
Who plays the lead
I think
in
they'll
the
fix it.
2010 thriller, The American? Starring Budweiser, Chili's, and Eagles.
Pretty shocked. Yes, from Ethan. I tell you. You didn't expect him to.
Ethan, I mean, look, sometimes
5,
these matches are filmed earlier in the
4,
morning. Maybe he's not
3.
a morning person.
Nah, I don't have it.
No.
Yes, for the early
I got
one.
a guess.
And 1. And we start
Fassbender?
with Video Drew.
George Clooney.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No.
I
Ethan.
said Clint Eastwood.
Yes, Tom.
Oh,
Ah,
good job.
well done.
Time machine.
George Clooney.
Okay,
There
so
it
time
is.
machine back to tie it up here.
Good job.
Video Drew misses. Ethan comes back and hits that one. And Tom still has never missed the first round question, I don't believe. So here we go.
Except for the first match
Bonus.
with one
Dramas.
question.
Name the 2011 film in which Leonardo DiCaprio was directed by Clint Eastwood and starred alongside Armie Hammer.
You want me to really disappoint you right now?
Yes.
Not a good movie,
last
but
time I was in New York.
it's good trivia.
I
One of Adam Driver's first roles, if I
and I did
recall.
not have one slice of pizza.
I
You
know.
have
This is
Armie
awful.
Hammer.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely. This is the first one for you guys. Name the 2011 film in which Leonardo DiCaprio was directed by Clint Eastwood and starred alongside Armie Hammer.
I did have a street hot dog.
Those
Are you
good.
a fan of those?
I am, very much so.
Two se-
You did good there.
They cooked it in a weird way I'd never seen before.
It can't be. He wasn't in it. And Eastwood didn't direct it.
4. Still good. 3, good for you. 2,
no bad
1.
after effects.
J.
Hands
Edgar.
down, please, and we start with Ethan.
J. Edgar.
Yes, sir. Tom.
J. Edgar.
Yes. The Machine.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Video Drew.
Video
No.
Drew says
Nothing.
no.
Okay. All right. Staying tied up here. So right now, Tom is the only one who has not missed. And we go to our next question. Question 4, Mark.
Question number 4 is in the world of action/adventure.
Damn you,
The
Clooney.
query is,
Damn you.
Wolfgang Peterson directed this 1997 action film starring Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman. Now the cat's out of the bag with J. Edgar. Do you remember what you compared?
He's a Six
Armie
Flags
Hammer
guy. The Six Flags old man in that movie. He absolutely was. 5, terrible makeup. 4,
Get off my
And
plane.
1, pens down. We start with
Mhm.
Tom.
Air
Too
Force
late.
One.
Oh my god, Air Force One.
First one.
Yes, sir. The Machine.
Nice. Good job.
The Machine.
I said Crimson Tide.
Okay. Video Drew.
Video Drew didn't have it, and may she make a request?
Yes.
Please speak up louder. I heard 1971 instead of 1991. Ear infection, like humans
1997.
get sometimes. Please. Boy, JT.
Just called you out. Mark.
It was 1997.
1997. I heard 1977.
Okay. All right. Well, so then we ask Ethan.
Air Force One.
Yes. Okay. It took a long time to get there, but we got there. 5-5. All right. Here. All right. Next question here comes in the realm of 2000s. Audrey Tautou. Audrey Tautou stars as a waitress in France in which film?
I hope
Is it?
she's only played a waitress in France.
Oh,
in
you
one
mean
film.
the...
Yeah, of course.
What
This is a movie that we
No, you're
were.
right. It deserves.
This is a movie that we were forced to see 3 times in
Dennis Franz.
middle school,
I
elementary
refuse
school.
to
1,
see
pens
it. I
down,
don't know.
please.
Amelie.
And
Amelie.
we'll go with Video Drew.
Nope.
Amelie.
Yes. Actually, it was supposed to be Janine. Janine, what do you
Amelie?
got? Amelie, yes. Ethan.
Amelie.
And Tom.
Amelie.
And Tom still has not missed. He is on.
Spelling was a little off, but he pronounced it right.
He may be the Machine.
All right, our next category.
And
We're going
James
to need
said-
some help from the audience for this one. Comedies.
Better. You're getting better. That sounded like 95 Friends
Tom,
studio
laugh.
audience.
Yeah.
Look at that.
My boy Dylan here with the hearty guffaw.
That.
Your question.
Ha ha.
Who plays psychiatrist Ben Sobel in the comedy Analyze This? You know, the question remains, do you think Tom actually watches these movies? Like did he enjoy Amelie?
I don't know.
Is he a fan of Air Force One?
I think we're dealing with a different situation here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we start with
Billy Crystal.
Video Drew.
Billy Crystal.
I had Michael Keaton.
Billy Crystal.
Damn it.
Yes. Ethan.
Billy Crystal.
Yep.
Although Michael Keaton would have been hilarious.
I was thinking of a
Oh,
different
Yes, and the
movie.
Machine.
Billy Crystal.
There we go. 9-9, and
Hey.
Tom still approaching once again another perfect round if he can hit.
Stop jinxing it.
Number 7, horror/thriller. Who stars as a private detective named Matthew Scrutter in the 2014 thriller A Walk Among the Tombstones?
The hell?
Billy Crystal, you accosted him at a Halloween
There's only
pumpkin
one
patch.
person I'm
He's got a good
thinking of
memory.
that was in this movie.
Talk to him about the Yankees.
You bothered him.
He did.
He did
it's
not want to be
5.
talked to.
Certainly that was
Never even
4,
heard of this movie.
3,
No.
2.
Hey, we're both Yankees,
1.
guys.
Yeah,
I
he
figured
wanted
I'd take a
nothing-
picture
he wanted
with
nothing to do with
Liam
it.
Neeson?
Liam Neeson.
Yes, Tom.
Hey, good job, Arena.
Liam Neeson.
Yes, the Machine.
Liam Neeson.
And Video Drew.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Incorrect. So Time Machine takes a 1-point lead, despite the fact that Tom has with this, we'll get another perfect round should he hit the next question.
If he gets this question right in the world of
Like
animated
Christian just
movies,
wants
they're
to
drawn by
make
hand
sure
or on a
it gets
computer.
jinxed.
Your question,
At-
what Disney animated classic is
Oh,
known
Ethan.
for the line, think of the happiest things, it's the same as having wings? I have that phrase tattooed on my lower back.
I thought you were going to say buttocks.
When there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start.
Spring Break 98, baby.
Think of
Crushed.
all
5,
the joy you'll find
4,
when you leave the
3.
behind.
I
and
love
kiss
Harvey
your
3's
goodbye.
1.
Fills me up.
You can
And
Peter
hands
Pan.
down, please. We start
Peter
with
Pan.
Tom
Peter
for the perfect
Pan.
round. Tom.
She got a perfect round.
She did.
I need
Nice.
a job.
Yes, she did.
Peter Pan.
Yes, Video Drew.
Isaac Garfield, Peter Pan.
Yes, and Ethan.
Guess what? Shocker, I didn't have it.
Peter Pan hit, and it does it to him
I
again.
said Dumbo, guys, because I don't have kids.
Wow. Peter
None of us
Pan.
have kids.
Peter Pan coming back to haunt Ethan again. Remember that
No,
was the movie
did-
that sunk
didn't
against
Tom get it?
Draco.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so
Tom got it.
we are tied here. We are tied here, and Tom has hit the perfect.
And,
round, so he has
oh
a
no, I
bonus.
Now
got
we
7.
did beat you
If
guys.
he
Wow.
answers his bonus question, the Looney Bin will take a
Yes, he did.
1-point lead going into round number 2. So here is the bonus question for
Oh,
you,
you can
Tom.
just
you don't
say
have
it.
to write it down. You just have to
Oh.
answer.
If I don't.
Which
All you.
MCU actor co-starred with Camille
Oh, okay.
Nanjiani in the action?
Dave Batista.
Dave Bautista.
For one more point.
Didn't
Looney
even
Bin.
Damn!
Looney Bin is now up 1. How many points? I got to know from the stat man,
Well
Frank
done.
Janish. I got to know. How many points has this guy hit already in his young career?
Guys, leave a
playing
like
in
just
the
for
Schmoedown?
Arena getting a perfect
He's never
round in
been
that one,
played
huh?
in a singles match.
I
Yes.
have some intel that says that Tom is
Perfect round
up
with
to
bonus
300 years old,
Yeah.
and so he's seen every talkie that has ever been made, and he just stores that
I should
knowledge
make
in his
coffee
head,
more.
and he's able to have it on recall, which is the most important part of
Oh,
the Schmoedown.
yeah.
Can you get it from your mind
I already
to the
do,
tip of
so
your pen and
yeah.
write it down within 15 seconds? Tom is amongst the best we've seen
He's
this
dangerous,
season.
man. Tom is a very dangerous competitor. Video Drew, very smart for bringing him
So
in
who
also,
else
too.
wants to see
Video
Tom
Drew's
at a
been playing-
free-for-all?
Look, you know what I like about Video Drew?
Yes.
He knows how to play the
Oh.
game.
100%.
Play the game. She's
I think
will
Bib-
give
I think
you
Bibbs has
two.
competition
Who would give
now.
Bibbs
he
a run
really
for his
Bibbs
does
and
money?
Tom,
think if
yes,
they get a
please.
category that they like in round number 2,
Just
they're really going to give Time
Bibbs,
Machine a run for their
Tom,
money. It is 13
Brendan
to 12
Meyer,
right
from
now.
the
Video
first
Drew.
round on, let's see how far they get.
More gifts. What's that?
Oh, what's she doing?
Oh.
Those are yours, now, by the way. You've already come out ahead of us.
Haha,
Oh,
no.
she petty. She petty. She giving her old machine type stuff. She petty.
Yeah.
See, Jay thinks that she's.
Unfortunately, brand new.
I think Video Drew may be trying to steal Janine away
Maybe.
from the time.
Well, we know. Listen.
I ship it.
Look.
Jay's not having it.
Underrated joke there.
We don't know what she can do, Tom.
All right, let's get to the rules of round number 2. Round number 2 is known as the Wheel Round, the Wheel of Fate, Doom, Justice. There are 12 categories on that thar wheel. 10 of them are movie, trivia, Schmoedown, genre.
If I were still in the
Then you also
Facebook
have
group, I'd
opponent's
say,
choice and
send me your
spinner's
fan
choice. I'm
art
happy
of
to say that
Janine
the
and
wheel for
Video
today's
Drew.
match is
Let's make it
sponsored by
happen.
a loyal Schmoedown patron, Justin Roby. How about a hand for Justin?
Thank you, Justin.
Justin Roby, sponsoring the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Thank you for all your support for all of our incredible patrons. If you are not yet a patron, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select what tier is right for you. Justin's wheel slices that he sponsored are Tom Cruise and fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah.
So each team has a spin at the wheel. If at first you don't like the category you spin, you do have one mulligan, which is golf for do-over. Once you settle on your category, each team
Of course you
is going
ship
to
it.
have 6 questions from
Video
that
machine,
corner
yeah,
of the
that-
Movie Trivia
that's
Schmoedown
actually very
Chris,
clever.
you ship
Each
too
question's
much.
worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question.
Wait,
However,
video
there is
machine.
steal
Wouldn't that be a
in round number
VCR?
2. So if you're not sure of the answer,
Ah,
ask us for multiple
cute.
choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down
No.
to a mere point.
What's
This is the
what's
team
Betamax?
format, and so teams may
Exactly.
confer with their members
What's
on each
VHS?
and every question. Looney Bin, you
It's when I
find
own the
yourselves
original uncut
with a lead
editions of the
1
Star Wars
point
trilogy
over
on.
Time Machine. So, Video Drew, would your team like to spin first or defer to the
You
machine?
mean the now despecialized
Tom is gonna
editions?
spin.
All right,
Although-
Tom.
Although we
Wheel
do
out
actually
the
have them
pegs,
also on
please,
DVDs,
Tom.
From
so
the wheel, Tom, please.
Tom has
You know
been
what's
given the
interesting here?
authority to spin.
I think if you're a manager, you're watching this team of the Looney Bin. No, not from the pegs.
Not from the pegs.
We're back to the. Yeah.
So remember, if Looney Bin loses here today, you know manager's going to be looking at Tom to try to draft him because there's a higher
maybe your
up the
people
Looney Bin
should be
gets on the
running this
ranking.
game.
They're both
It
protected.
would go better.
But can anybody else play with Tom the same way Video Drew plays with him? That's the question.
I don't know the answer.
Anybody spun right into opponent's
No,
choice,
no, no.
Christian?
Monster movie.
I think they might like that.
They're going to keep
This
monster movies.
hasn't been tapped
All
much.
right.
Like only Liz Shannon Miller's taken this.
For both Video Drew and Tom. I think maybe even someone.
But the question is,
Monster
will they?
movies is the
Will,
category.
will
Sixth
the questions be difficult, more
you're
difficult because
first
they picked it as a
in the
strength?
slate of monster films for the Looney Bin for 2 points. Who played the Mummy in the
Sophia Butella.
2017 film?
Already forgot her name. What is
Do
she?
I say it?
Yeah, just say it.
After the money.
Sophia Butella.
2 points.
There you go. Not even conferring. Not even conferring here. It's like Video Drew is speaking.
I mean,
with
she had
Tom is more unsure of when to answer than he is the answer itself.
she has
Your next
she
question.
had a couple of years.
What is the
2015,
name of the
2017.
2016 sci-fi black comedy about an unemployed writer, Gloria, who is unwittingly causing a giant monster to wreak havoc halfway across the world?
That would be Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, there
Oh,
we go. The girlfriend monster. Yeah, that's, I just forgot how it's.
Colossal.
2 more points for Looney Bin.
Wow. So here we go. So far, 2 points.
Come on.
4
Tom
points.
does
4
not
points.
miss.
Nope.
All right, your next question. In the world of monster movies, what is the name of Riley Beckett's Jaeger in Pacific Rim?
multiple choice. Not a
It
big,
has a name.
not a big fan of this.
Gypsy Danger.
This guy's unbelievable.
What the hell? How do you know this?
Really good.
How do you know this type of stuff?
Us.
Who knows that?
Him.
Exactly.
And Jeremy Johns. Dogs are named after both.
All right. Your next question. This is your fourth in
yeah, Gypsy and
monster
Ginger.
movies. What critically acclaimed actor took over for Robert Englund as Freddy
Oh.
Krueger
Jackie
in
Earl
the 2010 remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Bad.
Jackie Earl Haley.
2 more points, and the Looney Bin remains perfect.
It's bad
In
because
round
Jackie
number
Earl Haley
2,
looks like
They
terrible.
have
Looks
2
like
questions
skin cat.
left.
Why don't you ask us
And of
something
course
a
what they
little more
did with the
difficult
character.
for Tom?
I'll see what I can do. Your penultimate question in the world of monster movies. Who plays the director in The Cabin in the Woods?
Oh, shoot. I just saw this movie a few weeks
Sigourney
ago.
Weaver?
Do you want to say? Oh,
No, Tom, you do it. That's your job.
5.
Sigourney Weaver.
2 more points, and the Looney Bin. I'm sorry. The apologies to Tom and his family that I'm not getting harder questions for him. We'll see if we can have one more that really challenges whatever is in his head as a facsimile of a brain.
Yeah.
Your question for 2 points. Your last one in round number 2 in the world of monster movies. This actor's first leading role in a feature film was as Steve Andrews in the 1958 version of The Blob.
Steve McQueen, not to be confused with the director.
He's stumped on this one. Is he stumped?
Steve McQueen.
Wow.
Oh.
He's not stumped. 2 more points.
He has not missed a question.
Round
He
2.
has not missed a question. We haven't seen this. We haven't seen this. This
Yeah,
sits in.
like
This
Tom
is very
Hanks
Ethan
has
Irwin
that.
like.
Again.
And the
Again.
actual Ethan Irwin, I don't know
How
how
do
to
you
do this.
do that?
He's on stage too.
By the way,
Oh my god.
I could have gotten all of those. I'm just saying. Could I have got? Can I get the next one? Let's see. Let's see.
I think that's it.
Okay,
You
so
did
that
it,
is
I did.
25 to 12,
Time
and
spent.
Looney Bin has opened up a 13-point lead on Time Machine. Here comes Janine the Machine.
Thank
Is she a real machine?
Now, but here's the question: because Janine, when she played Kalinowski the first time, hit Tom or opponent's choice. Kalinowski gave her Tom Cruise. However, Ethan does know Tom Cruise, so if she spun that, would they keep it? this
Ethan
time
knows
around?
actual Tom Cruise.
He probably does. I think that might be true.
Ethan has been in multiple helicopters and private jets with
Surprisingly
Tom
lifelike.
Cruise.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out here. Gonna go away.
It's coming around towards Tom Cruise.
Harloff, if you jinx this.
Or it might hit Sandra Bullock. It hits Tom,
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise.
Hey, so now that's
Wow.
See, Ethan knows Tom Cruise, so that's
All right.
and that's what I like about them as a team because he's confident, she trusts in him, and this is
Yeah.
what we're gonna get here in the Tom Cruise category. All right,
Tom Cruise movies. Let's see if Time Machine can get to level Thetan 5.
all right, here we go, guys. First question: Who plays Tom Cruise's co-lead Major Susan Turner in Jack Reacher Never Go Back?
Kobe Smulders.
Colby Smulders.
That is correct.
I was thinking Jennifer Connelly.
They're off
because
to
they
the
look
right
so
start.
much alike.
I never know how to pronounce her
Who
name.
directed Tom Cruise in Born on the 4th of July?
Oh,
Oliver
Oliver Stone.
Yep.
Oliver Stone.
2 more points.
All right, this is the early round that they needed to counter what the Looney Bin just did.
In A Few Good Men, who plays Santiago's commanding officer, Lieutenant Jonathan
Bacon.
James Kendrick?
No, or Kevin Bacon.
Kiefer Sutherland.
2 more points.
There we go.
Oh,
All right.
Here's your next one. Next one.
They're making it competitive
Listen.
halfway through round number
It's okay.
2.
It's okay.
Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman star together in this 2013 science fiction.
It's
film.
Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah.
All right.
That movie was
Yeah,
boring. This match is not.
All right, here
Like
we
the
go.
type of movie and the titles are this.
In Jerry Maguire,
Yeah.
Jerry is fired from a big sports agency. How many of the other employees leave with him to start the new agency?
Shit.
How do you spell
5.
cat, Christian?
What?
One.
What just happened?
That's really good. I have never been. Listen, I was going to say I have been questioned in this game a million times, but never as cleverly as that.
Yeah.
So
I will point out, Christian has not yet answered Video Drew's question.
well, I'll go the corruption route. K-A-T.
There
All
you
right,
go.
here we go. Next question. Who plays the club owner, Dennis Dupree, in Rock of Ages?
Alec Baldwin.
This is the last question.
Is it?
Jesus.
Alec Baldwin.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Boy.
So after that, it is 25-24. The Looney Bin sees himself with a 1-point lead, right back to where we were at the beginning.
Perfect rounds
of
by
round 1.
both teams in round number 2.
So the Tom Cruise category worked out for the Time Machine, Looney Bin, getting monsters, and we have ourselves a battle here.
Go, where's
as
your
we
heart right
get
now?
to the 3rd round.
The 3rd round will entail a series of numbers that we need from each team because each of those numbers are going to correspond to a
That's
different
where mine's at right
category
now.
of Trivia
Okay.
Schmoedown know-how. You can give us
I'm not
numbers
gonna
that
be
range
okay,
from
man.
1 to 20. We need numbers from each team. Then 3.
Together, man.
So,
Breathe.
Looney Bin,
Team professionalism.
you are in the lead. The first number you give us is going to be your 2-point question. The next one's your 3-point question. The last one's going to be 5-point question. Same for Time Machine, but because the Looney Bin has the lead, you can give us your series of numbers first. From 1 to 20, what feels lucky?
Punk.
1, 6,
It's do you feel lucky?
13.
1, 6, and 13. Okay. For
Tom
the
seems
Looney
to
Bin.
nod his head.
Those are
And
good numbers.
Those are good numbers. All right, and the
How
machine,
many
or Time Machine.
numbers?
4 because Time Machine for life.
Live. 17.
17
And 9.
and 9. All right, so we start with the Time Machine.
I wish Janine had said
Start with the Time Machine.
001000101.
To the Looney Bin, and they chose category number 4. So we start with.
I don't know binary code, but I think I got it right.
Start with
All right.
thrillers.
I'll take it.
You're gonna take it. All right, Janine, here we go. All right. Who plays the character of Keller Dover, a man whose daughter goes missing?
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
In 2013
Yeah.
Prisoners.
Hugh Jackman.
For 2 points. All right. Now we throw back to the Looney Bin.
And I have seen that
They
movie.
fight the character
6.
name.
Nice.
Oh, I
They chose
know.
Category number 1.
Oh, they did? 1. You're right.
That's how
All
there's the other
sorry.
one.
Looney Bin, you chose number 1 for your 2-point question. That corresponds to the world of romance.
Video Drew.
Video
Who
Drew.
would like to field that question? Can only be one of you.
That's a hard mashup considering how much we both love romance movies. I will take it.
You will be taking it?
Yes.
All right, Video Drew
seems
is going to
like
sign up for romance.
It's a 2.
Question for 2 points. Who plays wealthy businessman Edward Lewis in 1990's Pretty Woman?
Well, that would be Richard Gere for how to spell cats again.
It would be Richard Gere and the Looney Bin back on top by a point.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Next question here goes back to the Time Machine, who chose category number 17. Category number 17. This is for Ethan. Ethan, sorry to tell you, you chose Disney movies. Great.
Oh!
Disney movies. All right.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, God.
Who lends his voice to the character of Jim Hawkins in 2002's Treasure Planet?
JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Do you know the answer to this? That's all I know. Okay.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, here it is.
I
First
don't know.
one. Who lends his voice to the character of Jim Hawkins in 2002's
Time Machine
Treasure
answers their
Planet?
5-pointer. They will force the Looney Bin to
answer
their 5-pointer as well. The 3-pointer is moot at that point.
No.
Looking for Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. All right, so now we stay with the time machine. We stay with the time machine. That's their 5-pointer. If they hit it, it goes back to the
Honestly,
Looney
doesn't
Bin.
matter.
However, if they miss, the Looney Bin will go
Time
on
Machine
to
needed their
play
5-pointer
either Shazam or the Odd
anyway,
Couple.
I feel.
But we'll see if the Time Machine can throw it back. Here we go. They
Yeah.
have.
You want some bad news for Time
Happy.
Machine, Christian?
Yeah, but
They
keeping
selected
it
category
close
number
would have
9.
helped.
Tell them what that corresponds to.
Time Machine chose category 9, and that is animated films.
Oh, yeah.
Janine's
Janine
pretty
then.
good at these.
Animated
Ethan, as he loves to point out, like me,
Okay,
does not
number.
have
At
children,
least
and that's why
Janine
we
knows
smile.
this.
All right, here we
Or at
go.
least knows this category,
All
I
right,
mean.
here we go. This is your 5. This is
As
your,
far as I know, nobody has children, and we still managed to get it.
yeah. This is your
Has
5
3 children.
5-pointer.
Not anymore.
5-pointer.
Oh, no.
What
Jesus, Tom.
1970s Ralph Bakshi cartoon features drugs, sex, and cats?
Oh, shit. It's either Felix or Fritz. Felix or Fritz.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Second one. What 1970s Ralph Bakshi cartoon features drugs,
Fritz the cats?
sex, and cats?
Fritz the cat.
Correct.
Wow.
They hit it.
Oh, God.
They hit it. So now we bounce back
Yeah,
to
now
Looney.
the
They're
Looney
going to
Bin
have
has
to
to
hit their 5.
five.
They can get some points here and try to get to 35, but they're going to have to hit. The 3's kind of a throwaway.
they could tie
That's
the
about
record.
a five.
Holy
Looney Bin, you have a 3-point question.
Yeah, it's
it is
tied the record,
utterly
exactly.
meaningless unless you're keeping track of all-time scores, that kind of thing, which you are within range of. So, Looney Bin, you selected number 6 for your 3-point question. This one's going to go to Tom. Tom, category number 6 corresponds to Sandra Bullock movies.
Ooh.
No thanks.
And your question. Who plays the skillful hack known as Nine Ball in Ocean's 8?
Oh, Aquafina?
Rihanna.
No, wait, Rihanna. Rihanna, yeah.
You already said it.
Tom
I
has
don't
missed
think
a
I'm heard
question.
though.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
It is Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Okay.
All right.
But, like I said,
Dibs.
that question didn't mean anything. So, now we stick with your 5-point question.
Aquafina's the card
This
You
shuffler.
know it.
is
Just make sure that you.
for the win.
Okay.
It's worth 5 points. If you answer it right, you will win 32-31. If you get it wrong, you will lose, and Time Machine will advance to round 3 of the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams Edition.
Category.
So if you get this right, you get to see a dead body.
Or Death Machine.
Not only did I
applaud it?
not say that, I'm disturbed by how much applause that comment garnered.
All right. Find out who goes into the semifinals.
Video Drew and Tom, you may confer
God.
for your answer attempt. Your 5-point category will be modern classics.
Okay.
And your question. In the film Midnight in Paris, who plays the famous writer F. Scott Fitzgerald?
Loki himself, Tom Hiddleston. Come on. Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
The Looney Bin!
Wow.
And Tom
Wow.
won another upset.
Oh.
They beat the Time Machine, who was a lot of people's favorites to win this whole damn thing.
Yeah.
They win, they advance, they play either The Odd Couple or Shazam. Oh my
Yes.
God, the Loony Bin does it again.
The Loony Bin does it again. Look at that score, 32-31. Both teams at the top of their game, the peak of their powers. It just broke the Loony Bin's way, and we get to call another Loony Bin match, partner. It's gonna be a wild one in round number 3.
They are becoming the tournament darlings. They are becoming the tournament darlings right now. What a match they had with the Self-Righteous Brothers. And now they have this incredible match here with the Time Machine and Ethan and Janine fighting as hard as they can, bouncing back, hitting the 5-pointer. And, man, Ethan's had a tough run this year, though, Mark. He just lost out against Bibiani in the singles tournament, and now finds himself, that's the end of his season. I can't believe it. That's the end of both the Machine and Ethan Irwin's season thus far.
But he can walk out of the studio with his head held high, knowing that he knew the answer to Fritz the Cat.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if that was him or Janine coming up with that, but Fritz the Cat.
That's a good one. The question that I'm curious about, and I'm sure Jen Sturger will be asking too, is now the Time Machine's 2-1. Where will that
Well,
put
guys,
them in the rankings?
you ready to see a dead body?
Ethan and Janine will be protected. So
Yeah.
what is Jay Washington thinking about going into the draft? We're going to find all of that and more because Jen Sturger's backstage with the Time Machine. Here we go, Jen.
Guys, I think I'm as stunned as everyone else in this room is that you guys lost that match. The drugs, sex, and cats poll. Wow. I was just going to answer my 20s and call it a day. Jay Washington, I know you've got to be a little stunned about this.
The woman carried nuts and bolts and cords in a Halloween bucket.
That's what was in there?
This is what's in my head. This is what's in my head.
Those are yours. Those are ours now, so that's fine. That's our.
At least we have that.
At least we have nuts and bolts. And we pull drugs, sex, and cats. I mean, I don't know if you can. What is up with Tom? Like, yo, is that even legal for him to be here? Are we all an accessory to an escaped convict? Like, legit, this is terrifying. Like, don't nobody think this is cool. He don't even talk loud. He just, and that's how he is every question. Everybody cool with this? No. I mean, I'm sad they lost. Hella sad, but I'm hella scared he's here.
You have some legitimate concerns, Mr. Washington. So I know this ends y'all's run in the team tournament. I think we're all shocked. This is a huge upset. But I think moving forward, what does this mean for the Time Machine with the draft coming up?
I hate your inflection. I know this hurts, you know, being out of country. Look, it means that a lot of things that possibly can go wrong. But I'm going to keep my faith up to God, some holy oil, and these nuts and bolts, and clearly an iPhone cord that we all can stay together.
Save Jay.
For $5 a day, you can feed a starving child in the Loony Bin. I love y'all. I don't want y'all to go nowhere, because if I end up with one of them, I'm crying.
How happy are you with Sad Jay? That and Scared Jay.
Back to you guys. Jay's inconsolable.
All right, so
poor guy.
Yeah, he's Jay. If you think about it, with all the managers in general, is that they don't know what's coming because, like I said, if Ethan and Janine
I've just gotten 20 years out of my life from how much I've laughed this video.
Pick one of them in the first round.
Yeah.
Protected. Now they won't be in the top 5, so they're not necessarily protected. If they don't even make it in the top 10, then Jay might lose both of them if someone picks them. So I can understand Jay's concern. But on the other side of that, now you have this other team of 2-1 of the Loony Bin that nobody saw coming. And here we go. I mean, this is going to be an interesting.
I wouldn't say nobody.
No straight answers that are going to come out of this interview.
I don't know what's about to happen. There might be a chance that some of you will see a corpse. So
And
prepare accordingly. Parents, look out for your kids. And here we go to Jen Sturger with the winners, the Loony Bin.
You may see a corpse. Ellis, what kind of toss is that? I'm back here. Why wish that on me? Congratulations, Loony Bin. You just pulled possibly the biggest upset we're going to see in this tournament. How are you feeling right now?
The energy here is real weird today. But Video Drew is very happy that we won. Janine and Ethan were formidable players, and I remember when people had to go get their amazing talent the old-fashioned way by digging them up in a graveyard. Instead of building them piece by piece and filling them full of Wikipedia knowledge. However, guys, Video Drew knew the answer was Richard Gere. Amazing.
Wow, I think we just learned Tom's origin story. I don't know.
Thomas
do you have any,
Frankenstein.
words about the match?
He's the
I'm
monster,
assuming no,
not the
but
doctor.
let's find out.
Yeah, he's Frankenstein's
Nobody
mom.
wants to see my
Semantics.
dead body.
Oh, he looks like Frankenstein.
Tom, Enough.
Actually, he looks more like
Igor.
It's Igor from
Don't worry
Fun
about
Health.
it. He's fine.
Yeah.
We're so excited to keep going forward in this game that's super fun and won't have any more interruptions.
So next you're going to face either the Odd Couple or Shazam. Do you have a preference?
Wow.
Going back to you, Jen.
It's Shazam. I want Bibiani and Maya react to these guys.
That's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Hats off to
for
Jen
entertainment
Sturger
value, yes, but I
for
think
not
that the
running
Odd
away and
Couple is
hiding
better
during that
for
interview.
reaction.
Very, very professional.
Look, this happens every tournament. Every tournament, whether it's a singles, interkingdom, teams, there is a big shocking upset. This is the biggest one. I think Jen Sturger was correct. We don't know if we'll see a bigger upset because no one thought. I don't know. Maybe there is a poll out there that the fans did vote and filled out their brackets.
No, they're playing the upset up way more than it should be because the Loony Bin is
clear
proving
now
that they're
the Loony
that great.
Bin, they may be considered Cinderella up to this point, but now I think that their knowledge has been on full display for long enough to where you cannot count them out of any team match. I don't care who they're going up against.
Well, they're going to have a tough battle either way because you have either the former team champions in the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder and Mark Andreyko, or the former singles champion and free-for-all legend in Bibiani and the rising star of the Kid. Both of those teams are great. You look at what the Kid did in the singles tournament. You look at what Bibiani did in the singles tournament. And both of those guys are riding high right now. If you look at the Loony Bin, what are they going to bring in besides just utter chaos? if
and a dead body.
And Shazam. A video Drew, I think, might be spit with the Kid. She might try to recruit him to the dark side. Right. It's just going to be a whole crazy, to borrow a term from another Schmoedown event, free-for-all as we continue in the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams Edition. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's really good. Now, guys, thank you for joining us here. A lot of different things for you guys to know. December 7th, live. That is right. Coming up down the pike here, it is the Schmoedown Spectacular 4. You can get your
I can't believe it's a week away.
I know. Benigo, I want you to do me a favor. Please bring a suit with you.
Yeah.
In the California weather.
Yes.
You can also find all
I enjoy comfort.
I'm going to wear a suit, and I'll be comfortable.
If you haven't done that
You can do the same.
So, for
I'll let you borrow some of mine if you have to.
That's your style, not mine.
Oh.
Still there.
In the Potter shop.
Shoplift about 30 or 40 of these things. I'm listening, hear me out. We're talking about 30 or 40 of these. We go on eBay when we get out of here, and then we can pay the rent for the dungeon. What's the matter? You're beyond stealing?
Kaiser never changed.
Wow. What a match.
Great match.
We had two phenomenal matches today. Both ended in 32-31. I mean, if we're getting these type of scores in round 2, this tournament is awesome. We already had a couple of really great matches in the first round. Now we're getting even better matches in the second round. I cannot wait for the semis and of course the final. My God, that's gonna be awesome. Chris, how happy are you with the Loony Bin?
I mean, okay.
So giddy.
In all perfect honesty here, as much as I love the Loony Bin, I didn't actually see this happening. But you know what? I'm glad I made the call. I'm glad I was a contrarian on this one, and I'm just like, yes! Now, also, hashtag video machine, hashtag I ship it. But looking back on just the simple fact that Loony Bin got a category that is still, for the most part, untapped, I think that's what ultimately helped in the match. Whereas Tom Cruise, like Ethan alone has had that category like 2 or 3 times. So, and of course, that
still got a perfect round in it.
Yeah. So, but if you wanted to make the argument of like, oh, well, the monster movies questions were easier. Well, yeah, because we haven't used as many of those. But still, it just came down to the gameplay between both teams. And Tom, for the most part, is kind of unstoppable right now.
He missed one question.
Literally. Yeah. One question. So
Yeah, like in the entire tournament so far, he has missed one question.
Yeah.
He's lethal.
Yeah.
Nico, are you okay?
It hurts that this is the end of Janine's season. And so I've said this a million times before. I've been watching sports entertainment for a long time, especially the fight game. And I've seen a lot of really, really talented fighters who have these little quirks that have prevented them from being the best of all time. Like, really talented, but in some cases, like, they don't know how to block a kick to the leg. And in this case, Ethan, his leg kick, his failure to block it is the Disney movies. It's the animated movies. It keeps coming up every single time. And you know, I get it. You don't have kids, so you don't really have a reason to watch it. But you're a movie producer. You have the money to buy Disney Plus, so get on it. Get on it. Start watching those movies and better yourself next year, because you and Janine work well together as a team. And if this is what breaks you up, I'm going to be really, really pissed. But still a very talented team. Still a very talented team, and I'm hoping they stay together. I'm hoping they stay under Jay Washington's tutelage, because the three of them have a really solid dynamic. That's not guaranteed anymore, but I'm hoping they stay together. As for the Loony Bin, I didn't have them going farther than this in my bracket. I had a feeling they would beat the Self-Righteous Brothers, but then after that I was like, Time Machine's going to win, and then that's going to be the end of the tournament for the Loony Bin. Now I'm honestly thinking that they have a chance to win the whole thing, because Tom is a one-man power. He's a one-man power trip of knowledge, and Drew knows enough stuff too to keep them afloat as a team. So we're in strange territory right now.
We are, yeah. I noticed the score at the end of round one. The Loony Bin had 13. 9 points of those came from Tom. So that means Video Drew only did 4.
Yeah.
I do think that Video Drew needs to up her game a little bit more if they're going to face people like Shazam and the Odd Couple, because those are people where both of them are likely to get a perfect round or 7. And that might then ultimately cost them the match. What are your thoughts on it?
I was about to exactly say that, sorry. But yeah, no. So if we take, for example, if Loony Bin faces the family in the finale, I'm going to say that the family goes to the finale. So right now, it's Video Drew that can tank them completely. Because if Drew McQueenie brings his A game, he's going to be equal to Tom. And if Andrew stays on the level that he's right now, he's higher than Video Drew.
Yeah.
I just realized if that match happens, we're going to have 3 people named Drew at the desk.
Drew train, baby.
It's going to happen. I called it. We'll see it next Friday. It's going to be the family versus Loony Bin. Can we acknowledge Tom's joke quickly when Video Drew said, "None of us has children anyway," and he says, "Well, not anymore." That was awesome. I loved it. So that was a great match.
Seriously, I adore the dark, creepy, crazy humor that the Loony Bin has. It is so weird compared to what we've seen, because it's nothing like we've ever seen in any of the teams before. And besides them having that extremely weird but entertaining vibe about them, they also they were claiming that Janine was the machine. Tom is a machine of movie trivia. He answers. That's all he does. He gets a question, he answers, and it's insane how he does that. But yeah, as I said, despite the fact that Tom is great and the Loony Bin won today, I think they will have a very tough time in the semifinal if Video Drew isn't up there scoring that high, because if you look at like a team like the Odd Couple, both those guys are very able to score a perfect round in round 1 and also a perfect round in round 2. And if Video Drew doesn't manage to keep up with that, they're gone. and that I'm sorry to say that because I adore the Looney Bin and I want to see them continue. But I think that I will adjust my bracket now to probably the Odd Couple going to the final. And I would love to see the Looney Bin against Shazam. I would love to see the Looney Bin against the Family or Who's the Boss in the final. I just personally am very doubtful that will happen simply because Video Drew is the dead weight in that team, and she needs to show up more than she did today. I'm basing it off of that performance. In terms of Tom is seriously one of the best competitors that we've seen enter the Schmoedown in a very long time. I cannot wait to see him in singles next season. Unfortunately, we have to wait for next season. I wanted him in this, but scheduling, I know. But yeah, like he's going to wreck some shop. Also in the free for all, as you said, Chris, because if he manages to just answer like he has been doing, he will definitely give Bibiani a run for his money in the free for all. I feel.
Two more things.
Yeah.
This match feels very much like it was meant for Emma McAllister. Like the personality, everything going on. Like this would have made her proud.
Yeah.
Secondly, if Tom's name isn't in consideration for Rookie of the Year, I'll be shocked because one loss against the singles champ and his partner in a team match, and then after that he's knocked out two very capable teams. Not knocked out specifically, but he's eliminated them from the tournament.
Yeah.
He's a one-man power trip. Frank Janish is probably going nuts over his accuracy rates. He seriously belongs in consideration for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, the only thing that's probably against that is the fact that it's in teams, not singles. So
what?
Despite the fact that we all know he is the one answering most questions in round 2, if not all. And of course, we see it in round 1. It's still because of the fact that they confer. You don't know how much Video Drew has to say when they confer.
He won't qualify. I don't think you can qualify if you only played in teams. But
that is the thing against.
Okay, then here, let's put it this way: if Rookie Team of the Year is a new category for next year's Schmoedown Awards, I'm sorry. But if these guys actually do go to the final, they're a lock. They're an instant lock.
Definitely. So I think that's all we can say. So guys, please let us know in the comments below your thoughts on this match and what is about to come up in the semifinals. Who do you predict the Looney Bin will play? Will it be Shazam? Will it be the Odd Couple? And what will happen after that? Throw out some crazy predictions like what will happen in the semifinals, in the finals, and then for Spectacular. And like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Jesus. And Nico, plug yourself.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random English numbers at the end on Discord. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. Sometimes on TMG Entertainment, where I'm the reigning Chokeslam Wrestling Debate Champion of the world. Of course, right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places these two gentlemen will say in just a moment. Trivia for Thon 2 announcement video supposed to come today. Fuck you, iMovie, for ruining it.
Chris, plug yourself.
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Domain. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page, join our Facebook group to keep up with the conversation. This Friday on the Who Cares Anyway podcast, Nico and I are going to sit down and basically talk about the rest of the tournament as well as predictions for Schmoedown Spectacular because we're going to be there in person, unfortunately, without Case. But it'll be his birthday, so he'll be celebrating anyway. And then next week, for Who Cares Anyway, I was joined by Mr. Brooklyn Vale from the New British Empire to talk about all things epic rap battles of history, where we're going to rank literally every epic rap battle of history ever.
Yes, and as Chris already said, they won't be here for the next couple of videos, so it will probably be me and Irina to do some videos by ourselves, but still, our content will be up just without Chris because he's on a very well-deserved vacation, I will say. So, yeah, next week, the semifinals and the final of the tournament. It's going to be great. Look out for those reactions. You can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Kees Cornelis on Facebook and Letterboxd. We review every episode of The Mandalorian and Star Wars Resistance on this channel. So whenever an episode drops, look out for our review soon after. And I think that's about it. So with that said, take care. Yeah.
Do it for Emma.